Olha nós aí de volta, gurizada. Os cara... tá travando a gameplay, mano?
Meu Deus.
Amigos, meus amigos. Amigos.
PC Game Show, né? Também.
Eles têm que mostrar que o PC, ó, é uma porcaria.
Macaco.
Meu Deus, cara, que porcaria é essa? Nossa senhora. Gente, gostaria de pedir desculpas, mas eu vou até tirar o áudio disso aqui, mano. Tá me dando faniquito. Não, na moral, deve ter alguma coisa errada. Tá travando pra ti também, Henrique?
Sim.
Ah,
muito.
tá. Nossa senhora, mano.
Deixa eu sair e entrar de novo pra ver se volta.
É, faz...
Propaganda.
Meu Deus. Ah, tiraram do ar o bagulho. Tiraram.
E tá dando propaganda.
Agora... Não, não arrumou ainda.
Eu tô tentando entrar,
Ah,
mas tá
não é
dando
possível,
propaganda,
mano. Tá tudo travando.
Ah, não para de propaganda. Tá travando. Eu saí, entrei e tá travando. Não fez diferença.
Meu Deus do céu, gurizada.
O PC Game Show tá todo travado.
Eu vou deixar sem som, por enquanto.
Cara, o PC Game Show tá todo travado. Esse comecinho, pelo menos. Mano, tá muito travado.
Meu Deus, cara. Meu Deus. Vê no chat se alguém tá reclamando disso.
Os caras tão travando.
As pessoas?
Aham, tem um cara agora falando.
Não, a tela tá ficando preta e volta. A tela tá preta e volta. Beta.
Não é possível, nossa internet não pode ser, né?
É a IA ali que tá estragando a apresentação, entendeu?
Foiled by asymptotic updates.
Arrumou. Arrumou.
Well, no one can say I haven't created a pretty excellent AI. Software capable of seeking out and critiquing the latest games coming to PC. It's just a shame it lacks something more personal. I mean, imagine what a co-host this AI could be if it had access to every bit of information on the internet. But it had the likability, the human touch of, say, Frankie! Oh, stick around because it is not long until the show starts, and I would hate for you to miss out on the biggest exclusives, a truckload of first looks, and a promising new co-host. Ha! Let's start the PC Gaming Show.
PC Game Show começando em 20 segundos, vamos lá. Em 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. The following program is intended for mature audience. Viewer discretion is used in the game. This presentation contains flashing images.
Voltou.
Hey, Frankie! Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
I mean, I was just in the middle of deathmatch.
Great to hear it, Frankie. Listen, I've been thinking about the PC Gaming Show 2023, and I kind of want to make a few updates.
Sure, I mean, it's already packed with world exclusives, in-depth interviews with the biggest studios, crazy good giveaways. What more can we add?
Well, look, I don't want to get into the, detail work, the minutia, the fine print, the ethically sinister motives behind true innovation. No, Frankie, what I've realized is that I can't do this show without you.
Oh, sure.
Or at least a version of you.
Huh?
Oh, meu Deus.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Listen to me yapping on when there's so much to do. I mean, we got things to plan, code to write.
Oh, listen, also, I brought in some new assistants, you know, to help really bring the show to life. And it would be so great if they could just stop by your place in little old London town, you know, to just get the ball rolling. Does that sound good?
I suppose if it's for the show.
Excellent. Oh, hey, that's them. Ah, Frankie, let me say it again. You are one of a kind. Now, please give my love to Gunther und Helga. Ah, they're great guys. Very thorough.
Nossa, esse jogo tá bem legal. Gostei. É o melhor do show.
Are you sure,
Cara,
guys?
os caras estão imitando a Devolver, cara.
É a Devolver.
Mr. Sean has many great ideas for the show. You are lucky to know such a man. He is a visionary.
A visionary.
He is a man with his eyes locked on the future, like a horse staring into the sun.
A majestic horse.
Read now, please.
If you like the look of Game A, then check out this world exclusive of Game B.
Necessary data acquired.
Dear Frankie, thank you for your unwavering service to the PC Gaming Show. Your services will not be required this year as we pivot towards the future. No hard feelings, Sean, Day 9 plot, AI visionary, and all-round good guy. Son of a
Só que essa porcaria de show foi que nos deu strike uma vez.
Oh, hello there, everyone, and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2023. I'm Sean Day Night Plot, and today, I'm not just joining you on a tour of the finest upcoming PC games. I am standing with you on the bleeding edge of innovation. I've revolutionized how this show is made. Production crew? Pfft, ditched him, don't need him. It's just me, my automated systems, and this one guy I've hired on work experience. Say hi, Dakota. Hey. So what does the face of the future look
Ai, mano.
like?
A Devolver é um gênio.
Weirdly, pretty familiar. Why don't you introduce yourself, Frank AI?
Hello, broadcast viewers. I am Frank AI, a virtual co-host based on professional gaming icon Frankie Ward, utilizing deep learning neural networks.
Vergonha alheia, cara.
And what do you have lined up for us?
I have analyzed the entirety of published games media and surveyed discussion forums for the most anticipated
Vou olhar as
titles.
promoções no Nintendo
I have then
Switch
constructed
enquanto
the ideal
falam lá
showcase, including titles like Stormgate, Path of Exile 2, PAX Day, June Awakening, and finally Morris Men, Troop Lord of Destiny.
Wait, are those like the jingly dancing guys from England? Are you sure that's a real game?
My mistake, Sean. Morris Men is a game concept I've devised based on a holistic survey of the most popular Steam titles. Would you like me to generate another?
Huh. You know, instead, let's just get things rolling with something that actually exists. First up, from 11-Bit Studios, we return to an icy apocalypse in Frostpunk 2.
Ah, maneiro do trem, não é? Frostpunk é o do trem, se eu não me engano.
Ambition.
Ih, o Cano Hits.
Do you hear it? It's restless. Ambition requires men to feed upon. It also needs time.
Cara, parece muito Keanu Reeves.
Direction. And sacrifice. But for every man who fulfills this calling, there are thousands left with nothing. It's them who knock and open the
Frostpunk.
door to hell.
Eita. 2024. Frostpunk 2. The city must not fall. PCzão. É PC Game Show, né? Agora eles não falam dos consoles.
Perdão.
Aonde? Ah, é o próximo. Tô com atraso.
Sério?
Deixa eu sair e voltar. Ah, é propaganda, que legal. Aí, foi, consegui. Tô fazendo um urso. Não, um gorilão. Que legal, agora pode construir. Bizarro. O que serve? Esse jogo é justamente de destruir as coisas. Nossa senhora. Creative mode.
Hey, check it out. I don't even need to write my own script for this show anymore.
Deixa eu sair.
We've got a pile of fresh previews for the most visceral, immersive PC releases coming our way, featuring visceral combat and immersive exploration, visceral landscapes and immersive storytelling. Fans of immersion will... yeah, it kind of just keeps going on like this, so I think it just needs a little bit more fine-tuning. And until that point, let's just go ahead and dive right into our next previews with Nivalis, Jumplight Odyssey, and Road to Vostok.
Ah, mudou, tá passando por alguma coisa.
There's a city you see when you close your eyes.
Game buying lands. Ah, 505 games.
Ih, agora
What do
tá
you see?
adiantado.
Open your eyes. Nivalis.
Aquele do taxista, esse jogo? Será?
Será?
Taxista punk, eu acho
Maybe
muito
you've
massa.
been here before. That was just a dream. Now,
Não tem nada direito.
it's time to come home. This is your apartment. The sounds of the nightclubs nearby are the heartbeat of the city.
Nossa,
The street food smells drift through your windows and make your head swim.
que é isso?
It's hard to sleep here. Your restless legs want to walk the busy streets. Let's explore. Nivalis is a city in the clouds. But you can't make a rainbow without a little rain. Like most things in life, it's best to start at the bottom and work
Minecraft
your way
punk.
up. It's not so bad down
Tu
here.
viu que as coisas são de blocos,
We
né?
can go
Bizarro.
fishing, take a boat ride,
Meio
soak up the
pixelado também.
atmosphere. And don't worry too much about the serial killer on the loose. I'm sure we'll never meet him. I can even help you run your new business venture. A noodle stand. With a little work, there's no limits to how high you'll climb. Just don't look now. As your digital companion, I can help you navigate the complex relationships with my personality matrix. Business partners, friends, rivals, enemies, maybe even lovers. It's all about saying the right thing at the right time. Your choices matter, so choose carefully. There's a city you see when you close your eyes. It's called Nivalis. Consider this your invitation.
É, não, só pra PC, pelo visto. PC, Steam e Epic.
Nada vai aparecer.
Princess, the Zetobans will be in our system any minute.
But they're
Só
not
porque é o PC
here
Game
yet.
Show, né?
Prepare defenses.
É interessante.
Upgrading our engine capabilities. Engineering's on it. Zetoban warships system.
Pois é, né? São meio babacão.
Blast door sealed.
Que é isso?
Jump light report.
Jump light calibration almost complete, Your Highness. Incoming Zetoban fighters. More ships jumping in.
Scramble fighters.
Leader engaging enemy force. Taking heavy loss.
Jogo anime de navinha.
Combat division, handle those boarders. ETA on jump.
Jump light in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not today, Voltan.
Jump Light Odyssey. Ah, free demo. Right now. Hardcore Survival FPS game set in the post-apocalypse. Olha. Pois é. Ah, não tem rosto do FPS. Road to Vostok, né?
Content reminders enabled. Upcoming games in the next 30 minutes include Path of Exile 2, the full Ferocious trailer, Age of Sigmar, Realms of Ruin, and Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector. Failure to keep watching will lead to a personal system failure.
Lies of P, the Pinocchio Bloodborne-like game, is just a couple months off, and it's got me thinking, what other untapped literary veins are just waiting to be gamified?
I can generate a list of game concepts, pairing underutilized classic literature and an appropriate style of gameplay.
By all means, but stick to public domain. We want to keep costs down.
Of course, Sean. Concept 1. Great Expectations Dirt Bike Racer.
Outros bloquinhos também. Mas bloquinho com as bikes ali.
Concept 2. Sense and Sensibility VR Shooter.
Sweet Jane Austen's bonnet.
Ou é só,
Next.
tão brincando.
Concept 3. Oliver Twist. Please, sir, may I have some war?
It's artful, but a little problematic. I mean, why don't you just throw something together like a Metroidvania based on the Christmas Carol?
I'm afraid you're too late, Sean, but perhaps you'd be interested in Ebenezer and the Invisible World.
Are you kidding? Is she kidding? She's not kidding.
Ai, meu Deus, esses apresentadores estão muito chato, cara. As pessoas querem saber de jogo, mano, não da atuação de milhões de vocês. Ninguém quer ver a atuação de milhões de vocês, pô. No máximo a gente quer ver uma gameplay de UFC do David Jones contra o Wesker, ele já era. Esse é o Klaus. Ave Maria. Maneiro. Não duvido que seja o Klaus esse personagem. Mas tem o poder do Natal. Circo, a trupe do Natal. Não entendi nada na real. Warren Gastra, é o nome do protagonista. Spirit Kids. Esses balões, você não lembra qual é o jogo que tinha uns balões que tinha que pular em cima? Era o Aladdin, não era? Ebenezer and the Invisible World. Acho que era o Aladdin. Não lembro, velho. Ah, consoles. Todo mundo. E demo na Steam.
Ah, então aparece então os jogos que
vai aparecer. Enter the Fray. Ah, a gente viu esse filme. É, War alguma coisa. Play for free, Warhaven. Caraca. Isso aí é jogo ou é mais uma bobagem do show? Acho que é jogo. Nossa, jogão. Esse aí que é bom, mano. Jogo de filminho que é ruim. Esse aqui é jogo top, velho. Pô. Meu Deus. Ficar jogando jogo de filminho, velho. Real-time strategy conflict. Dwarf. Nossa, olha a fonte que os caras escolhiam, cara. Os caras pegou no da fonte e
looks
foda-se.
phenomenal. Hey, Frank AI, as a mind birth from like everything ever written about video games, I'm sure you've got an interesting take on it. What are your thoughts?
Sean, Dwarf isn't just about strategic balance of resource scarcity and military industry. It's a game about the human condition, about our shared struggle against a cold and
Em vez de contratar a mulher
uncaring
inteira, contrataram só a
universe.
cabeça
Pretty
dela.
moving sentiment there, Frankie. Hey, what about Warhaven?
Warhaven isn't just about clashing swords and moments of magic heroism. It's a game about the human condition, about our shared struggle against a cold and uncaring universe.
Devolver bem mais legal.
Well, some wisdom bears
Mais
repeating, right?
cinematográfico.
While I go sort out some unrelated gremlins in Frank AI's procedural critique, let's see a game with its own gremlins to sort out, preferably with a shotgun.
These creatures infernal. These perils eternal.
Oh yeah.
Lord, heal me. Free me.
Que doideira, mano. Hora de aventura, os bonecos bruxa ali na nariguda. Hora de aventura. É, maneirinho. Cachorro quente, cara. Tava muito estranho aquele cachorro quente lá, velho. Tava meio esquisito, brother. 666. Ai, mano. What the fuck? Acho que é pra não poder ligar depois.
Quebrar, né? Não pode. É irrastreável.
Matou uma caveira. Uma caveira que sangra. Ok. Gráfico.
Atrás do gatinho que bateu no outro do gatinho do outro forte. Ele foi assim lá.
Então, sulfur. Trysulfur.com.
Cadê pra console?
Sulfur.tv. Nossa, quanto site. Oh, cara, miséria.
Pra saber o que? Pra não ser rastreado também.
Ô, louco.
E nem falou a plataforma.
E multiplayer massivo.
Thank you for believing in me. Together, we'll make it the best shop the island's ever seen.
Fica feio.
Nice work. Keep this up and you'll be running your own shop. Maybe your own
Roblox.
Welcome to Karzai Village.
Nossa, o cara tá descendo com uma cadeira. O cara pegou a cadeira e dane-se. Vou me jogar aqui, vou planar com a cadeira. Nossa, o outro apontou a sniper como se fosse uma pistola.
A galera do pra zoar, né?
Early Access no Steam.
Can't you feel the love in the air?
Os caras é pra zoar, né? Não precisa.
É, então.
We're going out on a date. Told her to calm down. I freaking told her! What are you gonna do?
Breaking news. A mysterious infection continues to spread across the globe.
What is going on? I mean,
Meu
the
Deus.
infected, the wall.
The song was about you. Your smile. Your warmth.
Ah, aquele tem que salvar o mundo e namorar.
Is there anything we can do?
We just saw a broadcaster get eaten. I have to go. No! Defeating him now might make the wall fall on top of us!
But I can teach you a couple of
Outro se
things too,
matando.
you know?
Meu Deus do céu.
We're all going to die! Wait for me!
Meu Deus.
I want to wake up.
Caralho, cara.
Not yet.
I love you.
Save the world. Era Eternites. Do romance.
Você já mandou cantinha pro seu crush? Showing us that love is never simple, especially in the middle of an apocalypse. You know, I sometimes get a little misty-eyed myself about a simpler time. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love modernity. And sure, big tech's done some stumbling. I bet Mark Zuckerberg's probably a little lonely in the Matrix. But all I'm saying is the old days had an appeal. Medieval times when we were plowing our own fields, treating everything with leeches, not buying 8 pictures with weird electric money. Luckily, though, video games can bring the medieval fantasy to life. To find out how, I had Frank AI activate her new reporter drone. Oh, it's designed to identify, question, and report back on the work of leading game developers. And don't worry, technically speaking, it's completely legal. I mean, this little guy's even got a selfie light. It's like kind of cute.
Tipo, tu fala pra ela e ela faz o trabalho pra ti, tipo, porque a inteligência artificial vai tirar o emprego de todo mundo. Isso é realidade. Já tô fazendo piada ruim, a Devolver ainda mandou um monte bem.
Let's take a look.
A inteligência artificial no final tentou matar todo mundo lá, foi muito bom. PAX Day. Daqui a pouco o cara sai das pedras ali. Tecnologia, inteligência artificial,
My name is
criou um mascote, bicho.
I'm the game director for PAX Day. PAX Day is an open world fantasy game in a living, breathing world which we can call home.
Que eles não vão mostrar.
Teeming with life,
só mostrar o cara futucando o mato.
It's for you to explore. Imagine yourself if you are living in 12th or 13th century Europe. It's a very different reality. You know, it's where knowledge has been lost and is getting rediscovered.
Legal,
it's where magic truly exists and ghosts exist and the myths are real. And this is kind of the inspiration we take to build it. It's basically going back to the roots of what fantasy means and building a fantasy world based on real-world mythologies. And so we go very much into the roots. So we're using a lot of medieval literature and medieval bestiaries and grimoires, using real-world magic, actual recipes for healing and ointments, and using the real-world magical properties of plants.
I'm Solkaro. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Mainframe Industries. So PAX Day, maybe the way to explain it would be, imagine you're in this amazing, beautiful world, it's huge, and you find yourself in a forest, and your mission is to find a plot for where you start building a home. And from that home, you will go on to adventures to explore the world. So with the lore, we have wanted to create something that is fairly, deep and rich and grounded in reality, but something that is actually not a direct copy of any of the history. So there's multiple types of ruins, there's the dungeons, and you will be able to find snippets of the lore from the eras when these were created in the game itself. And part of the lore and mystery is also part of in the gameplay itself, so you will be able to find and examine things and actually then find snippets that help you find other places and make items in the game itself. And the area of the game that you will be able to play when the game launches is, we're calling it Gallia, and it's very similar to the areas of the world in southern France. with the influences from the Nordics where we're from. So what we're building is we're calling it the social sandbox. We're putting the least amount of barriers to entry on how you can actually interact with other players. Where most MMOs actually put a lot of blocks in how you can cooperate with the other players, and we're fundamentally different. So from the first minute when you start playing the game, you will be able to do everything you imagine with the other players. So you can trade, other people can actually help you. You can literally go onto a dungeon raid from the very beginning of you starting the journey in the game, should you find people who actually help you to do that. What we want to create an environment that actually really incentivizes people to play the game the way they like. And for some, actually just going out to the wood and cutting down the forest is something that gives you a sense of achievement, because you know the coal that you're helping to produce actually is valuable for the guild. Some people will absolutely prefer to just go to the dungeons. They couldn't care less about the coal production, but these players will still depend on each other, where there's valuables to bring from the dungeon, there's valuables to bring from the forest, and even the PvP players, they will be able to produce items that are only available through the PvP, but they will depend on the other players as well.
The lore of PAX Day is very much inspired by real-world folklore and fairy tales. With, of course, the caveat that in PAX Day, this stuff is actually literally real. The interesting thing about folklore throughout the ages is that folklore are actually start out as true stories, whereas fairy tales are fiction. And that's the distinction between the two. Folklore often, handles about ghosts or spirits or some supernatural things, but in the eyes of the people, during those times, this is reality. This is real. Ghosts are real, and this is not disputed as any fantasy. And this is what we want to reflect. So when you're walking in the forest during night, you will find these things. You will find ghosts. You will find the spirits of of the past. And the deeper you go, the more mysterious and strange it becomes.
If I caused any existential anxiety with my presence, it might help to try reframing those stresses in a positive light. Think of me, perhaps, as a blue shell from your favorite kart racer. I might be wielded to ruthlessly destroy hard-earned positions, but we can still have fun. Maybe there's a lizard driving a little car. Isn't that nice? Let's celebrate the same spirit of kart racing treachery as our next preview brings Mario Kart Mayhem to PC. Here's Stampede Racing Royale.
Tem mais 30 minutos de sofrimento. Mas eu não vou ver o do Final Fantasy. Na verdade, eu não vou retransmitir o do Final Fantasy, porque vai ser só sobre Final Fantasy mesmo. Eu não faço o jogo e eu quero sem estar inscrito no show deles lá. A gente vai falar, sobre as mecânicas, E aí eu prefiro mesmo deixar pra gente jogar no dia 22. Já é. Stampede Racing Royale. Nossa, é um jogo de corrida Royale, que legal! Nossa, 60 jogadores, velho.
Olha o kart pra 60 louco.
Então, tem um Drifter, não sei o que lá, que é bem legal, que saiu de graça em todas as plataformas. Eu joguei no Play, bem legal. Agora esse aí é doido, hein? Mas será que vai ser pra console, sim? E a da Sumo, né? Do Little Big Planet.
Caraca.
Do Sackboy Big Adventure. Por isso tá bem parecido, né? Sumo digital. Stampede Racing Royale.
For Master Writing 2, Research for Life, the art team is looking to balance style and authenticity to faithfully represent all the incredible vehicles used in space exploration.
Literalmente, Jesus, cientista que mexe com nave, foguete.
The design team have consulted with many space industry professionals to make sure that the gameplay reflects how it feels to be on the front line of exciting interplanetary discoveries. Go to masterhorizon2.com to sign up to our mailing list to be the first to play the game. We have an alpha on the horizon.
Frank, I cannot tell you how excited I am to see Path of Exile 2 in action. Being something of a Path of Exile veteran myself.
That's debatable, Sean.
What?
Your Path of Exile playtime falls well below the community average.
But the time isn't what matters in that game.
I'm also analysing your chosen character builds in recent leagues and...
No, my build wasn't meant to be a
they're
fun
producing
build.
some troubling DPS simulations.
Fascinating. Fascinating, Frankie. But let's not keep the good people waiting. Let's roll the tape for Path of Exile 2, please.
Agora, uma mulher bebendo água, que isso?
Ó, o perto agora, Rick.
Now, creatures.
Tô acontecendo com a internet.
You're mine.
Esse monstrão, cara.
Vile abomination. The stench. It's getting worse.
Nossa, os tetão do bicho.
Balança.
Cara, que legal. Isso aí foi uma surpresa desgraçada esse ano. Path of Exile. O caminho do exilado. 2. 28 de julho. Tiny Build. Opa. Eita. Travou tudo. Ficou tela preta. Acabou o show.
Então.
Valeu, gente. Boa noite pra todo mundo que acompanhou aí. Brigadão. Tamo junto.
Ah, voltou.
Ih, pra mim caiu legal.
A IGN tá mostrando aqui o símbolo da IGN.
Caiu
a PC Game Show.
Não, caiu a IGN.
Não, a IGN tá com o símbolo dela. Tá ao vivo com o símbolo dela só aparecendo.
Ah, oxi.
Você não tá vendo isso?
Caiu aqui em mim, caiu 100%. Eu fechei, abri pra voltar, não tinha mais nada.
Tá o símbolo da IGN tocando uma musiquinha de fundo.
Será que eles foram banidos?
Então...
Eu tomei uma vez aí.
O que deu? Ficou tela preta de novo.
Vamos lá, propaganda. Vamos lá. Nossa, os shows... mano, vai tirando com a E3, falando que a E3 é ruim, que ela deveria se adaptar e tal, pra fazer um show bosta assim. Vai, Jeff.
O show tá tudo...
Fala umas cagadas dessa. O problema é que a E3 morreu junto com 600 mil pessoas durante a pandemia de Covid. Esse foi o rolê. E aí, sei lá, não sei o que aconteceu. Por que os caras não... Diz, o Jeff não se adaptaram, né?
Caiu.
Tô aqui, tela preta aqui. Aí, voltou.
Caiu o bagulho.
Voltou, Rick, voltou.
Welcome to Islands of Insight. An epic shared world puzzle adventure game set in a world of fantasy, ancient wonders, and natural beauty. Brimming with mysterious puzzles, secrets, and sublime landscapes for you and other players to discover, alone or together, all at your own pace. As a seeker, you'll set off on a journey of knowledge. Explore every corner of this rich landscape and solve every puzzle you find. Savor the achievement of every solution as the world around you unlocks, revealing new challenges to face, new areas to explore, and fantastic rewards to collect.
Caramba, que jogo legal.
In Islands of Insight, a beautiful realm
tem
of
terceira pessoa.
and adventure.
Dá pra voar, mano, mó louco.
Embark on the path of discovery and let your curiosity guide you through a world of wonders, where the answer is always in sight.
Esse é o Islands of Insight.
Whitelist.
I might only have an old-fashioned analog neural network, but I'm going to risk some data analysis of my own. Those Dark Souls games seem like a big deal, huh? Luckily, While From Software is taking a recess to work on giant robots, Hexworks is stepping in with a fresh supply of very depressed knights with very big swords. Coming this October, here's your latest look at Lords of the Fallen.
Olha, tem footage pra, né? Tem
Lords
gameplay pra todo mundo.
You'll explore two parallel
Pouquinho
worlds.
pro
Land of
ontem,
living,
hoje,
where demonic
talvez tenha
knights
pouquinho
and
amanhã
cultic monsters
também.
are trying to murder you. And the spooky umbral plane, where the ghosts of those creatures are trying to super murder you. Using the latest Unreal 5 technology, developer Hexworks has layered these realities directly on top of each other, allowing you to portal to the umbral plane at will. Just try not to die in there. The spirit of the Dark Souls games, failure will be punished.
Adventuring in dungeons? Any idiot could do that. But managing an evil dungeon? Now we're talking elite. Elite. The Dungeon of Nalbuck is feared throughout the lands of Fang. It is an avant-garde evil structure, combining tradition and disruptive innovation. And it's looking for its new steward. Of course, we have the most trained and prepared guards. The
Cara, não tô preparado que nem a Devolver.
The most devious
Ninguém tá preparado igual a
and the
Devolver,
most
cara.
attractive treasures.
O negócio é jogar fifinho já.
But wait, there's more. We have state-of-the-art production facilities,
Porcaria Game
an
Show.
R&D center, B2C processing, and an efficient waste recycling system. Our underlings, employees, can fully express themselves thanks to our committed HR management and peaceful social dialogue, and can enjoy the use of clean, safe premises. Hey, don't film that, or you'll be the one cut into shreds on the editing floor. As a steward, your main task will be to make the
Você tem que
dungeon
gerenciar uma
functional and
dungeon, porque
attractive to adventurers.
lutar dentro de uma dungeon
So
é
they'll
fácil,
wanna
agora
come
ser gerente
here
de uma é
to get
complicado.
slaughtered and humiliated. To achieve that, you'll have access to guards, traps, and hexes. You'll also get to organize raids on nearby areas to provide me with treasures and relics. Thanks to your boundless devotion, I, Zangdar, will become the greatest warlock of the lands of Fang! Looking for a job that gives meaning to your life and makes the world a better place? Then buzz
Dungeon
off.
Builder, tá ligado?
But
Dungeon Manager
if you're
Simulator.
servile, sneaky, and enjoy a positive work atmosphere, come take your
Dungeon
chance.
Master. Ah,
I'll
legal.
be waiting for you in my office.
Já não espero nada, cara.
パブロ、あなたのことはしっかりと見てるわよ、探偵さ
Maneiro,
ん。
cara.
何せあなたにはこの世界を変えてしまうような特別な力があるのだ
Santa
から
Mascota, 1976.
私に協力しなさい。あなたの才は貴重よ。短い人生だもの、使わない手はないでしょう。時は刻一刻と過ぎ
Mariachi
ていくわ。
Legends. Ah, que massa.
賢明な決断を期待してるわよ。
Ó, lei de morte, caraca. Meu Deus, ele virou um mariachi. Meu Deus do céu. La Sombra. Da Freedom! Da Freedom, cara! Pô, mano! Ah, legal. Pô, legal.
Caraca, mano.
Ah, mariachi, me pegou, hein? Eu achei bonito já a estética. O cara virou um mariachi, aí fudeu.
Mariachi legends, but your heavy breathing is indicative of exhaustion, panic, or that you are currently entering childbirth.
No. Don't worry about anything. Systems are a go. Our schedule is just packed with so many games.
I understand, Sean. I'll provide
Ah, as falhas, eu
assistance.
entendi. É a crítica à inteligência artificial.
Notification. Day 9 has been updated to day 10.
What? You just
Ai,
can't
meu
replace
Deus.
me? Like, roll the system update back. I don't want whatever this is.
I'm sorry, Sean, but support has been discontinued for older versions.
What? What's up, Day 9? I'm Day 10, the latest software version of popular gaming host Day 9. The consequences of my actions.
Hello, I am Frank AI.
What's up, Frank AI? I'm Day 10. So, the latest
Hello,
software
I am
version.
Frank
I
AI.
suspect they're going to be at this for a while, so let's just go ahead and fire up a trailer for a strategy game, Age of Sigmar Realms of Ruin, while I do some strategizing of my own. Dakota, start unplugging things. I'll just tell you when to stop. Just hold it.
Hello, I am Frank AI.
Commander, there is the stench of death about this place, not just from the Aurochs.
Death comes for everyone. Eventually. Except us.
Warhammer de estratégia, mano, vai ser massa.
Fortify our position.
Olha lá.
We must claim this swamp.
Enemy sighted.
Esse bichinho curcudo. Corridinha muito bom.
Travou de novo.
Tava travando. Preto, tela preta.
Tela preta.
Pior live da não E3.
Cara, de novo pareceu o símbolo da higiene, cara.
Caguei também.
E a quando da higiene, no lugar da PC Game Show tá ruim. Porque a live tá caindo.
Começou com o Microsoft com atraso de áudio.
É, não, hoje, mano. Cara, ontem era indie e tava perfeito.
Tava.
Ontem tava perfeito.
Pena que eu perdi, né, mas querendo ou não, hoje é um dos dias mais importantes da não E3, da Summer Game Fest, um dos mais importantes. O de abertura mais importante, é um dos, né, eu acho que seria o terceiro mais importante. O segundo mais importante, o primeiro mais importante é hoje e o segundo seria amanhã, que aí a gente tem Ubisoft, tem essas outras third parties.
Cara, a Nintendo não aparece nesses bagulho.
Aparecia, né, muito antigamente ela aparecia.
Na E3, né, ela aparecia.
Na E3. Ela costuma agora anunciar mais as coisas no Nintendo Direct, que ela faz às vezes, uma ou duas vezes no ano, e na The Game Awards.
Mano, olha isso, cara.
Eles botaram o trailer de novo.
Tá travando.
É porque o cara tá desplugando as coisas, entendeu? O outro falou despluga as coisas. E aí o cara tá desplugando e tá aí, ó. Tá aí, ó, tá vendo?
Olha isso, cara.
Tá vendo? Por isso que não pode botar inteligência artificial pra fazer as coisas. Tem que ser a pessoa, o ser humano, pra fazer as coisas, entendeu?
Cara, não, mano, tem que olhar o chat, velho, dessa coisa pra ver o que estão falando.
Morre já.
Deixa eu ver se eu consigo abrir o chat aqui.
Aqui dá pra abrir no Xbox, dá pra abrir. Voltaram. Sim, não apareceu nem o título do jogo do Warhammer.
A galera rindo, deu skip. Os caras skipou.
Tiraram o Lords, tiraram agora o Warhammer.
Isso live show. Ai, meu Deus, cara.
How to mix things for nerds.
This is just the beginning, Sleeper.
Citizensleeper.com. Wishes
I have
list
found no
now.
official case of death by FOMO anywhere on the internet. However, I would not suggest risking being the first case.
PC é ruim até no show.
Failure to watch the next section of this show would result in you missing amazing new content from Dread Pilots, Miasma Chronicles, Pathfinder Gallows Bar Survivors, and Parcel Core. But first, here's Critico.
Ela até falou o nome do jogo, né? Nem o Word primeiro ela falou o nome, Criticorn. É, na moral, que show bosta, mano. Tiny Build, tinha aparecido antes e tinha sumido. Isso aí. Aham, tinha aparecido esse coisa e travou.
Vai durar até as 8 da noite. Estou botando estrela toda hora.
Olha que maneiro, cara. Pô, deixaram de rodar isso aí porque são uns inúteis. Parece Portal Knights. Nossa, do nada o bagulho... Motor. Island Saver 2. Terceira pessoa. Aham, tá montando a cidadezinha. Cara, por que eu já vi da Tiny Build? Eu acho que o Portal Knights é deles. Não. Tiny Build. Vou pesquisar, cara. Então. Graveyard, Hello Neighborhood, Total Reliable Service, lembra que eles entregam?
Sim, é deles, caraca.
Aham, tá indo build. Buster Truck. Cretan Cove. Ela falou a droga do nome. Imbecil. Oh, you were the premier, pô. Como é que vai work? Kill It With The Fire também é deles. Dá tiro nas aranhas com um revólver. Ih, Nick. Rapaz. Ô, louco! Uma civilização antiga, mano. Ô, louco. Rapaz, se ferrou.
If there was an award for being unbearably cute, while also being unbearably fun, there is no question. It would be down to the wire between Critter Cove and yours truly. I mean, it's a strong matchup, but please, clear winner.
After 3,411 simulated contests, I predict Critico's probability of victory at over 99%.
But now is when you start fact-checking now? Well, while AI might not have mastered the subtle art of ego boosting, it's already powering new ways to play. By teaming up human storytelling with AI assistance, the team over at Hidden Door have developed a generative spin on pen and paper role-playing. It is so tantalizingly delicious, I had no choice but to send RD's adorable all-seeing eye to check in on the project.
New York.
Hidden Door is a role-playing game where you and your friends come together. You can play in any world you choose. You create your characters, and then together you decide what kind of story you're gonna have. So the idea would be you've just read a book, you can't get it out of your head. Now you can go and play your own story adventure in the world of that book that you're directing within the rules and the canon that the author has set and confirmed with a generative AI narrator. The way it works is that you come in, you choose the world you want to play in. Right now we have the Wizard of Oz, many more exciting worlds to come. You create your character, you decide the kind of adventure you're gonna have by playing out of your deck of story cards. And then the system creates a unique story adventure for you. And then you can do anything you want. It takes a lot of the joys of playing a tabletop role-playing game and brings them into a digital format. And as you play, you see a graphic novel come together dynamically based on what you choose to do and how the world and the story reacts to you. It's like an improv show where even though you might play the same cards, you get a different, unique story every time. So you throw words in, it comes up with suggested things you might do, you pick something, and then it reacts to you. And then along with our AI narrator who plays the role of, say, the game master, you can go on any adventure you want and you can do anything. And the system and the story will continue based on your choices. At Hidden Door, we are working with authors and folks who make some really exciting TV shows and other media to bring those worlds into the platform. And the system supports anything fictional. So it does do science fiction, it does do fantasy, it does, period romance, which you can think of as more relationship-based gameplay, in addition to sort of your standard action-based gameplay, or sort of dungeon crawl-based storytelling.
Se não...
While there may be a million Star Wars games in the world, if you were playing one on Hidden Door, because of our AI narrator and the story engine, the choices you make matter. So when you decide that you want to become, say, the governor of Tatooine, you can do that. And the world changes around you and your character. You are able to meaningfully alter the plot of the entire world in a way that was never pre-written or pre-scripted. There's no limit to the number of characters you might encounter, the locations.
Travou de novo.
Ai, cara, na moral. Eu vou abrir aqui pra Nova que ela quer ir no banheirinho. Já volto. Ei, voltei bem na hora. Que legal. Tudo que eu queria. Eu ter voltado nos créditos finais da live.
Vai durar até depois do Square.
Interessante a ideia do jogo.
It looks like Hidden Door is cooking up one hell of a winning combination. Am I right, Frank AI?
It certainly seems so, Sean.
Frank AI.
Speaking of winning, you too can achieve victory with the PC Gaming Show Battle Pass. Earn free bonuses as you level up your viewer rank or upgrade to a gold tier pass for only $9.99.
What are you doing?
I'm incorporating lucrative live service techniques to maximize the show's profitability.
How would a battle pass for a stream even work?
With a gold tier pass, viewers can earn exclusive rewards, like viewing the show's trailers 1.5 seconds early and boosters for viewer rank experience.
Look, I admire the initiative, but I think for now, let's just go ahead and table streams as service.
Sadly, major production decisions are only accessible for those who reach viewer rank 80. You can, however, unlock immediate access with 1,800 Sean points, purchasable for $9.99.
You made show production a battle pass reward? Is anyone close to unlocking that?
Killzor 69 Blazes has just achieved viewer rank 58.
Oh, God. Okay. Dakota, find my wallet. And for now, let's check out a new dungeon crawler from the Don't Starve devs at Clay Entertainment. Here's your first look at Dreadpipe.
O cara já falou tudo, velho.
World Premiere of blá 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 blá. Tipo, caralho, mano, eu queria conhecer o blá blá blá. Sim, conhecendo.
Tudo, velho.
Os caras do Don't Starve. From the breakers off. Don't Starve Invincible. Pensei que tinha travado a live de novo. O segundo ele parou, eu... Eita! Olha só! Finch. Parece Lovers na Dangerous Space Time. Os caras que fizeram Gostar, isso até que tá meio baixa a qualidade, assim. Tipo, não que o jogo tá ruim, mas que eles tinham um padrão meio alto já pra...
É fácil pra eles.
Exatamente. Tipo, os caras mandam muito. Red Pilots. Ficou.
You've harnessed your glove's power and now you want to find me.
Gotta find Mama.
You don't know what's making the miasma angry. And it's spreading across America, twisting this once great nation into a lethal
Eu quero aquele de policial, mandei pro City, mano. Eu quero jogar aquele jogo. De tela de cima da tela. Aquilo lá muito bala, mano. Aquilo lá é irado. Aquele vai ser muito legal. Umas perseguição de carro. O que eu queria, mano? Eu queria um jogo estilo GTA que eu fosse da lei, assim, perseguir os caras com o carro, bater na traseira, capotar os caras.
You will break through the wall and find me. And if you do, maybe I will tell you my secret. The revelations must be earned.
Pois é. Não, deve.
Don't starve
PC
yourself with
Game Show.
excitement for
Não,
dread
tem que ter.
pilots, or you might leave a miasma worthy of a chronicle. Hey, that's pretty good. That's good stuff. Thank you, text generation. Coming up, secret facilities, bioweapons development, zombie experimentation. It's all under the corporate umbrella in this management sim. And you are the evil CEO. I mean, I can't blame you for diversifying. That's just good business sense. Let's take a look at Undead Inc.
Vem com o World Premiere porque não é, mano. Pelo amor de Deus, sabe?
Nem sabe fazer com o World Premiere.
Nick que se livrou, cara.
And now, it's with great pleasure I introduce one of Enswell
Não, eu ia até falar, se o carro dele capotou no barro e explodiu, ainda é melhor do que tá vendo essa merda desse show, meu irmão. Porra, cara. Não, cara, tá muito chato, cara. Os caras ficam imitando a Devolver, quer fazer piada com inteligência artificial, roubando teu emprego, sabe? Os bagulhos... Ah, pelo amor de Deus. Ai, ser o melhor apresentador de todos os tempos. Ah, cara, vai, eu prefiro até o Phil Spencer, mano. Falei pro Rick, eu prefiro ver WWE, o David Jones contra o Wesker, mano. Já era.
Eu acabei de voltar,
Ah, tá louco. Não perdeu nada e vou te falar, não vai perder nada.
Next move, Director.
Tell your men ETA 5 minutes.
Chocolate R$60, nós foi lá comprar.
Ai, cara, puta que pariu.
Ela falou, vai, eu vou voltar aqui. Vou lá.
Hey, don't shoot! Director Coleman! Hey, man, sir.
Are you okay?
I got a little bit, but I'm hanging in there. No good. They have a cure upstairs.
Sure. Head back up. There is a shot with your name on it.
Thanks, man. I was worried for a second.
Tipo assim, o cara sofreu um acidente, bateu o carro e tal, e aí tipo o braço dele tava
I'm trying to run a business here. Janine, get the marketing team and those rookies back on the line at 10. Oh, and an espresso.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Janine, can I get something from my head?
Of course, Director.
Name brand only.
Eu só não entendi como é que é o conceito desse jogo.
Quality control issues downstairs.
Tu tem que sair matando os bichos que tu cria? Ou... Não entendi. Tu é o CEO de uma farmácia, um negócio farmacêutico legal, que faz monstro, cria os bagulhos, mas tu cria e mata?
Mata.
Ou ele matou, inclusive, porque deu errado e vai fazer outros? Não entendi.
vou nem abrir aqui. Eu ia ligar meu Xbox pra ver o negócio, mas eu tô tão ruim.
Aparece 1, 2, 3 jogo massa, é mais 10 minutos de alguém falando de autismo. Olha isso aí, bacana. Desaço. Nossa senhora, que juro. Clipa do cara. Direto, apareceu uns. E a PC Game Show não desenvolve nada, então ela só fala de jogos mesmo. ela era uma revista de detonado de PlayStation, tá ligado? Tipo, PlayStation e Xbox. A PC Gamer.
Hey, look. I've been looking through Frank AI's data log, and I found a file named Confidential, Game Trailer 44, codename Omicron Delta November, _final, final, and parenthesis 2.0, _revised.mp4. Now, it's important not to lose the trust of your AI assistant, so let's just watch it.
Esse negócio que fica aparecendo do lado aqui é comentário da IGL?
Não sei. E olha lá que da hora, Rick! Nada de música! Ô louco, mano! Invector! Que legal, mano!
Tá vendo comentários que as pessoas comentando no canal.
É só ativar ali do ladinho. Ô, caramba, fechei o bagulho. Ah, meu Deus do céu. Maravilha. Do meu histórico. Aqui. Voltei. Ah, propaganda, que legal. Mais propaganda.
Tem que ir até uma que vai aparecer uma de 3 segundos.
Adivinha essa
aí.
Cadeira aí de carro e ninguém fala, ninguém falou. É, beleza, propaganda de cadeira, tá bom. Eita, que isso aí? Capaz! Espaço. Areia. Olha que bacana. Tem um microfonezinho ali na câmera, na tela.
There was life here before.
Lembrou do Journey to the Savage Planet. DLC não, né? A nova versão. Nova geração. É, veio a DLC do primeiro. E tá em 4K agora essa cena. Judas que não mostraram mais nada, né?
Não falaram nada, contrabando.
Ah, esse aí é da mais exclusivo. O Judas, ele é da... O Judas é da galera do BioShock, então não tem nada a ver. The Invincible. Ah, é todo mundo. Quer dizer, nova geração, né?
Coming up, we'll see a theme park builder that's only days away. Releasing on PC later this week, Park Beyond is a spiritual successor to classics like Roller Coaster Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, Roller Coaster Magnate 9, Roller Coaster Auto 27, and Roller Coaster God Emperor.
Let's not go off the rails.
Eles publicam na...
As fun as the carnival is, we all know the games aren't the most balanced, because basically, carnies are goofy. Luckily for you, our prizes are so much easier to win. Let's take a look.
É amanhã.
Ah, hoje é o último é o do...
Do you perceive the invisible thread that connects us to each other? The emotions that unite us without us even realizing it? The desire to move forward, to surpass our limitations, to take on challenges greater than ourselves? All these feelings make us Visioneers. Visioneers are architects who are dedicated to making their childhood dreams a reality, empowered to achieve the impossible. Architects who want to offer the world their most beautiful memories. Free spirits in search of adventure and new challenges. Indelible moments of amazement and laughter with those we love. Become a Visioneer. Go beyond the fun.
Mas tem um capítulo de novo.
Oi.
Olha lá, Park Beyond. Impossible Edition.
As an AI, I have no need for material possessions. But, good news! PC Gaming Show viewers can take advantage of the following promotional contest by following the instructions on the screen. If this product and or service stimulates your orbital cortex, follow the instructions on the
Veio
screen.
ali chapadaço de doce. Caço de doce. É, então... Ah, agora que o bagulho é... não é empresa de milhões...
Three heroes step forth to contain the darkness within. A legendary fighter of peerless strength and skill. A cunning rogue full of deadly surprises.
Nossa, pra que
and a powerful wizard wielding the fury of the elements.
Eu odeio jogo com quantidade, cara. Eu odeio.
Eu
prefiro com inimigos com qualidade do que essa merda, cara. Nossa, me dá um ódio. Um monte de gente na tela.
Again and again. Attaining new heights of power and skill. But what hope have they to seal away the whispering tyrant? But surely there can be no
Meu
hope.
Deus.
Gallows Spire.
Survivors. Ah, travou.
Travou de novo.
Muito bom. Tomar uma água enquanto isso.
Deus, cara.
Ah, difícil a vida, rapaz.
Tá em tela preta pra vocês também?
É 18 horas agora. Se essa bodega chegar se chegar 18h30 e ainda tiver rolando esse show, eu vou embora. Eu largo.
Falando, mano, atrasou um monte,
eu vou de arrasta pra cima, mano. Não quero nem saber. Pô, pelo amor de Deus, cara.
Cara, eu acho que essa já é a 6ª vez que a live trava.
É, por aí, se não mais. Pô, cara. Sai de sacanagem, nossa. Bicho. Tá de sacanagem.
Show tá na várzea a PC Game Show.
Ah, pelo amor de Deus, tio.
Deixa eu ver o que a galera tá falando no chat.
Holy cow! Again? Ah, cara, pelo amor de Deus. Son of a gun.
Falando,
são uns babaca. Essa porcaria de jogo que é um lixo, não os jogos.
Deu tela azul aí? Deve ter dado tela azul na PC Game Show.
Inteligência artificial tomando conta de tudo.
O cara abriu o show falando o quê? Que demitiu todo o crew dele e que agora era ele e a inteligência artificial. Tá aí, ó.
This next exclusive is anything to go by. We're saluting the delivery workers of this fine nation. Gosh dang it. Let's take a look at Parcel Core.
E atuando. Lasqueira. Doação de migalhas.
World Premiere do jogo que acabou de falar tudo que vai ser.
Então,
O legal do World Premiere é justamente, né? Revelar
Hello, Inquisitive Viewer. My name is Will Barr, and that is an example of a micro teaser. You see, when you're shilling on behalf of an obscure video game developer like Billy Good Entertainment, you have a finite amount of time to explain why discerning intellectual players such as yourself should be excited about being thrust into the exciting, high-octane world of
Parcel Core. That's right, escape the mundanity of daily life and slip into the spandex of one of our many colorful bicycle messengers. Embrace the gig economy and forget the security, stable salary, and basic workplace rights less cool jobs offer. As you race through time, weaving through alleys, defying gravity as you ride up walls, leap from rooftops, startle pigeons.
kind of like a career in video game development.
Entregar na Balenciaga.
Without all the cool traversal stuff. So yeah, really just the exploitation. But I digress.
Sign a casual work agreement with one of 3 rival courier corporations, all vying to become the most profitable business in town. But be warned, a maniacal scheme is afoot that threatens more than just the business model our protagonists operate under.
Eita, pega!
So it's up to you, bicycle courier, to deliver this foot-long grilled chicken, cheese and chorizo melt and Save the world.
O jogo é mó legal, mas o cara... idiota, cara. Podia ter feito um puta merchan foda. Que merchan bosta, mano.
Ele falou pra qual console é, pra coisa aqui.
Nada.
I'm Max from Brema Games, a two-man studio based in Sweden, working on the game Fabledom, currently available in early access.
Magical World. Mais um pouquinho. Giovanni. E o outro foi de arrasta pra cima ali, tadinho. Caiu com o bigodinho.
Welcome to Fabledom. Sorry about the pig.
Que bala, cara. Ah, o PC.
É que tem no PC, né?
We have a new mission, soldier.
PC. É agora, tipo assim, Xbox. Não é mais Xbox console, é Xbox empresa que faz joguinho. É igual o PlayStation. O PlayStation não é mais um console, é a empresa que faz joguinho. Ai, me racha, Cook, isso aí se me racha.
A Nintendo é a única que é um console.
Saudade da época do 360 PS3.
PC Game Pass giveaway. We've got a bunch of 1-month subscriptions for new members to try the service. To get a chance of procuring one, visit the URL on screen now.
Acabaram de lançar o Zeldinha, agora eles estão de recesso. Vai ter de Nintendo Direct, se não me engano, em julho. Julho ou setembro, eles já marcaram já pra lá pro final do ano. Ih! Mega Man?
É a Mega Girl.
Ó, são as Mega Girls, é porque é tudo parecido com os Mega Man. Tá igualzinho. Cara,
é uma cópia na cara.
Full Cop Local e Online.
Uma cópia na cara.
Não sei, será que é cópia, mano? Rogue Elite Mode, olha só.
O que é o Mega Man?
Mega Mode. Cara, é da Sega ou Capcom?
Ah, mas é da Capcom? Isso é da Capcom.
Apareceu a empresa, eu não vi a empresa.
Não vi. Não apareceu que é da Capcom, mano. Isso aí é a cópia, velho. Não é da Capcom.
3D
Nintendo Switch.
Sure. Before we continue with more exciting previews, I've generated a simple tactic to improve the show's revenue stream.
2020.
Yeah, great. Tell me more.
I've allowed viewers to pay a small fee for a bespoke on-screen shout-out.
Até que ele tem o X9, lembra do X9? Do Play, que é do Play, ó. Imitação braba. Só aquele dali eu achei bem legal.
Hey, I'm touched. And a little wealthier. Keep them coming.
See Blaze Paladins writes, did Sean actually fire his team? Dick move, bro.
Look. You have to understand that this show needs to focus on long-term sustainability.
Fired by Sean23 writes, I have sworn the blood oath. My vengeance will not be denied.
Okay, it looks like that's it. Our shout-outs feature is broken. I'm so sorry. That's going to be all for shout-outs.
I haven't logged any errors, Sean.
Well, I'm seeing red flags across the board, and it's a real tragedy. Just can't be helped.
O do Devolver é tipo um filminho, né? Tudo bem produzido. No final das contas vai aparecer o Capitão América assistindo. Na real é a mina, tá ligado, né? Que é a mina que tá apresentando, que a cabeça só dela que tá apresentando, é a mina inteira que tá vendo o programa. Pra falar um holy shit depois no final. O tempo tá correndo, hein, mano. 18h16 já. Daqui a pouco, mano, tô me largando.
Largando. Você vai cobrir a da Square Enix também?
Não vou porque é só do jogo.
Não é
e aí, vai ser bala. Vai ser bala de acompanhar, mas eu não vou retransmitir não, porque aí é vacilo.
Spoiler, não precisa mostrar um jogo.
Eles vão falar do jogo, desenvolvimento, personagens, skills, poder.
Mais fácil que no jogo.
Já vai lançar?
Falta 11 dias. Que isso, mano? Só acabou.
Tá preso.
Caraca, mano. Vai mexer o dedinho. Não mexeu. Ah, fake. What? Vai nascer outro sol? Quimera? Que merda. Aí, antes tava vermelho, agora tá azul. What the fuck? Vai explodir de novo? De outro jeito?
Whitelist. Só PC.
Aí, ó, Piratas do Caribe que ele queria. Mordecai? What the fuck? Pirata chamado Mordecai? Nossa, pra que esfaquear tanto a pessoa, mano? O cara perdeu a cabeça ali, velho. Não é possível. É, então, o portal, né? Tu morre e volta.
Não, e a pirata ali também, do jeito que ela apareceu ali. Igualzinho.
Será que é um universo estendido? Pois é.
Tá aparecendo.
É o joguinho tático do Sea of Thieves. Deve não é tático de
Tá aparecendo que é? Ou é uma cópiazinha igual?
Sim, 2020.
Não, mas é, você tá vindo igualzinho.
Sea of Thieves Isometric World. Cara, não consigo. Shadow. Olha só, mano.
Olha, PS5, Xbox.
Pois é. Caraca, mano. A Microsoft deixou passar. Os caras na cara dura fazendo naviozinho com um bagulho verdinho ali. A World Premiere sem falar nada. O que será? Epa.
Hot Wheels.
Mars Race. Olha que legal. Caraca, Exo One é bala, mano. É de exploração de mundo, assim. Uma nave. Cara, que da hora. Ia! Zoom de milhões. Todo borrado. Nossa, perdeu uma roda. Exo Rally. Caraca, que da hora, mano.
Exo Rally Championship might be racing its way across the stars, but it's already raced its way into my heart. Anyways, if you're not aware, I've got something of a history with the real-time strategy genre. And funnily enough, at labs like DeepMind, those same RTS games just so happen to be a valuable testing ground for world-leading AI research. Curious. Can it be just a coincidence, then, that I'd end up the kind of man to name himself an AI visionary? I mean,
deixa eu fechar aqui, abrir de novo.
Olha aqui, escolhe um minuto.
Que imundícia mesmo.
Melita.
Propaganda. É, vai dar chope então. Chope é rapidinho.
That's exactly how Stormgate will delight all minds, artificial or otherwise. Thanks so much for joining us, Tim.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
Now, I've been following Stormgate for years, but for those of us who
sem
haven't,
perna.
what is Stormgate?
Botaram dois dedos ali embaixo dele. Por que fizeram isso?
Onde, mano?
Botaram os dedos abertos. Sabe quando faz paz e amor? Paz e amor de cabeça pra baixo. Ali, ó, não parece? Paz e amor de cabeça pra baixo. Só botar aquele skate de dedo ali embaixo dele já.
This classic RTS formula includes harvesting resources, building sprawling bases, commanding huge armies on the battlefield.
What is it about Stormgate that's new?
We believe that the RTS genre
is something that should be enjoyed by players of all skill levels. And so we put a
uma
lot of
merda
effort
desse
into
show aí
making
que
sure
me
that
ferrou há uns
Stormgate
anos
feels good,
atrás.
whether you're a pro with high technical skill and you love competitive play, or whether it's something that you just want to be able to relax with and experience a story.
Now, Tim, I understand that you brought for all of us, but in particular for me, a present to show today. What are you going to show, Tim?
We are going to show gameplay from the pre-alpha of Stormgate.
Yeah.
Now, this is something that we are big believers in at Frost Giant. We want to share this current state of the game today.
Let's take a look. Oh, Tim, I'm so excited. And right away, this looks like an RTS. Tell me what we're seeing.
This is the classic start
Agora
to
que tu
a
vê que o show não é ao vivo.
What you're seeing here is the human faction as they're sending workers out to harvest resources. They're starting to construct buildings. They actually build them by 3D printing them from the ground up. And you can see them now.
Eu preferia que a Microsoft anunciasse uns 2 Xbox Series S do que essa porcaria desse show aí.
Right here, we see in the corner coming up. This looks like a scout
unit. Podia anunciar o Xbox Series S de 100 GB só.
Dog with laser eyes. It is called the Scout.
Mais barato.
It's designed for early game. It's a unique unit to the human faction.
Right.
And you can see him now running through the base.
Sem memória também.
Information you can find out about his enemy.
Já não tem drive de disco. Faz uma versão sem SSD.
It really is, and this is something that we've embraced early game. The
Traz uma caixa, literalmente tu compra uma
caixa.
caixa.
Send units beyond its sight radius. So it's
awesome.
especially useful early on.
So we're heading into what looks like the first engagement of this game. What are we seeing?
Well, what we're seeing right here is the Red Scout getting surprised by a group of blue troops coming through the Light Force, which is the new train type and the twist on the tactical battlefield here. The Light Force lets smaller units move through them. They have concealment. It's allowed Blue to raid Red's base, in which case Red is barely getting a turret built with their speed building from their workers, which is a human faction advantage. And they're about to pop out a couple extra defenders here from their mech base.
So we got these huge mechs, and I mean, just visually, it looks like they are countering the heck out of these blue infantry, but can these red mechs fit through the forest?
No, they're too big to go through. They're heavy units. They're designed to use their chain guns to go through groups of enemies, but they can't fit through the light forest, which Blue knew and used to his advantage.
Okay, so we're in mid-game. This is normally where you make some big tech decisions. What's Red up to?
You're seeing Red commit to a tech path that gives them big battlefield mechs and air units like the Zivac.
And it looks like they're just dropping right on top of Blue, who is killing a chicken. What's the chicken there, Tim?
Yeah, that's a giant chicken with a Viking helmet on it. Yeah. Use your imagination. Stormgate's in pre-alpha, and that's art that we haven't gotten to yet, but imagine it as a big Mad Max Raider.
It's the most threatening placeholder art for now. And I see Red diving onto Blue, and hey, picking back up the air transport. That's some classic high-level micro.
It is, and it's really important for Stormgate that we maintain a high skill ceiling.
Vou te falar, eu acho que agora acaba, hein? Eu acho que esse é o último.
Maneuvering and how they interact with the battlefield.
And here we have the final fight of the game, and it looks like Blue is coming up against those mechs. Red is trapped on the other side. Wait, they can blast through them now?
Acabou! 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 Ele vai gritando com o juiz pra pitar.
No, it's pretty grim.
Acabou, juiz! Pelo amor de Deus, acabou!
The corner here between two different forces coming in with a mobile pincer.
Man, and of course,
there's the GGs.
The most classic ending to an RTS game, GG. Get Tastosis on that stat. Outside of 1v1, what's coming up for Stormgate?
What you've seen today is just the tip of the iceberg. We have so much more in store. We're going to be revealing a bunch of stuff about Stormgate the rest of this year. We're introducing new modes. We have a 3-player
Pois é, né, mano? As pessoas falando que a Sony foi fraca, os caras estavam aquele imbecil do David Jones. É um imbecil, cara. Na moral, dá um desgosto às vezes, mano. Tipo, o Flow ali tem uns carinha ali e ele é tipo mais toscão. Aí a Sony perdeu, a Sony morreu, a Microsoft vai engolir e tal. Cara, o show de hoje, velho. Tava lembrando de vários bagulhos legais da Sony, assim, que eles trouxeram de volta, né? IPs que trouxeram novos e tal. Microsoft há anos tá parada aí, mano. Sem nada, de nada. E traz filminho do Senua Sacrifice lá. Não, mas os jogos da Sony é ruim, que é tudo filminho. Cara, seriamente, mano.
Gloriously grimy Deus Ex inspired sci-fi fisticuffs with a fiendishly Star Wars vibe to it. If so, get a load of this latest trailer for Fortune's Run.
Esse cara tinha que ser banido da internet.
Nossa, Play 1? Ô, louco! Não, mas pera aí, vai encaixar que parte, filho? Pelo amor de Deus. Ó, quer ver? Ah, vai dar um rodopiozão, vai explodir tudo. Ah, não. Cachá? Ah, palhaçada. Pensei que ia ser mais divertido.
Desde 10.
Que desde 10. God.
Caraca, mano. É Doom, antigão.
Parece. O bom que isso aí vai rodar pela geladeira, né?
É, vai nessa aí, mano.
Ah, o Doom antigo roda, pô.
Ele é bem utilizado.
Ó, deu um update ao final.
Ele é bem utilizado.
Whatever.
Run.
Também achei que era um B, cara.
Men, we're about to embark upon the great crusade towards which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. We have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than victory. Good luck, and let us all besiege the blessing of Almighty God upon this great.
E a Activision também.
É, colar, não.
Mas tem que ver, tipo, se rolar State of Play daqui a pouco mais, a Activision cola pra anunciar o COD, tá ligado? A EA também, acho que a EA não tá com nenhum... A EA anunciou sim, cara, dos EA Originals lá, o que ela anunciou?
Ah, é verdade. É aquele joguinho do cara doido lá de magia, né? Não sei o que é Immortal, não é?
É, Immortals Avil. Avils of Immortal. Immortals of Avil.
Foi ontem, né?
Sim, foi ontem. Ela apareceu ontem. Apareceu no PlayStation, acho que ela deu uma aparecidinha, não?
Ela apareceu no PlayStation, apareceu no quinta-feira também. Isso. Eu lembro de ter visto ontem, eu assisti com vocês, assisti. Apareceu também na quinta semana. Ele tá parecendo verdura.
Não é, cara, esse aí eu acho, parece o Enlisted, mas pode ser um outro que saiu há pouco também.
Parece de vida, mano.
O cara pulando que nem um louco, gastou toda a energia pulando, tá? Agora arfando ali, morrendo.
Eu lembro até hoje o dia que o fez o do comprar verdura.
Cara, tem um jogo, mano, de nova geração bem legal de jogar que é gratuito, é Unlisted, cara, é bem legal. É MMO de Segunda Guerra. Eu joguei sozinho, mano.
Acho que a gente jogou uma partida, eu acho, junto. Hell Let
Loose. Também, isso aí é massa, eu vi na
nova geração. Ah, tem 17. Nossa, tem 17 tá fazendo um monte de coisa.
Sim.
Nossa, sei lá, acabou.
Será?
Ah, parece que é o
cara, esse aí, Rick, esse aí, né, que abriu ontem o show, né? É o Piquenique. Atomic Picnic. Mó da hora. Charles Brother, the most important game of the galaxy.
Passou o ar.
Rapaz! Nossa, bullet.
Chama? Aquele jogo lá que você colocou pra jogar, mano, parece umas crianças.
Não vai lançar, Nick.
Não vai mais?
O bagulho é fake.
Como assim, mano?
Parece, a galera tava vendo uma publicação num site, tá ligado? De que parece que o bagulho é fake. De que nunca foi o plano dos caras lançar o jogo. Tipo, fizeram aquilo ali...
Pra pegar dinheiro só.
Isso aí, fizeram propaganda e tal. Não, vou te falar, porque não foi nem por ganhar dinheiro, porque eles não fizeram nenhuma campanha, né? A galera da Pearl Lab só, foda-se, fez. Lançou, deve ter ganhado uma visibilidade danada e não tem nada até hoje, cara. Nada, nenhum update, nenhum tem empregado, não tem ninguém trabalhando no bagulho, cara.
Como é que chama o jogo mesmo?
Do Kevin.
Zé, caralho, mano.
Mano, eu pensei no jogo, juro, pensei no jogo. No outro dia eu abro o celular e tá lá, Dokev pode ser um projeto fantasma que, tipo, nunca foi planejado de existir realmente. Eu fiquei tipo, então eu vou catar de novo a matéria direitinho pra ver quais os embasamentos dos caras,
depois
assim.
manda pra nós pra gente analisar, cara.
Pra ver se tem um fundamento.
Frank, we've seen almost like unrealistic tech on display today. It's just a shame our viewers at home can't get their hands on some of that bleeding edge hardware.
Tudo, gameplay, sound score, tudo, tinha tudo, era completo já. E passou já faz 2 anos, mano, e nada. 2 a 3 anos,
Look, I don't know how to tell you this, Frankie, but they're not actually made by aliens.
Websites in my training model contain compelling evidence to the contrary, Sean. The truth is out there.
Great. But let's do some truth-telling of our own and hear what Alienware is offering the folks at home.
Procura depois do que trailer.
Has been a part of my professional life for a while now.
Eu acho que é de 2020, mano.
What you do for work. That's very hardware intensive.
When using Alienware, you get a performance that is very, very difficult to match.
It doesn't have just the kind of like generic gamer look to it.
Literally everything I do is powered by Alienware, and it just makes me so happy.
São oficialmente adiados pela ProRes.
Don't miss your shot at Alienware giveaway goodness. Scan that code now. I mean, Frankie, can you believe this? We got an Alienware M18 laptop with an Intel Core i9 processor for the fine price point of $3? Oh, it's enough to get anyone's blood pumping.
As you know, Sean, I'm a network of predictive algorithms and generative software. I am fundamentally incapable of belief.
Look, I understand.
I also don't have blood.
But
Would you like me to procure blood, Sean?
God, no! Absolutely not. Anything but that. Let's move on to literally anything else. So, what's next? Well, this is a little awkward. Let's have a look at some incoming DLC for Vampire Survivors. Ooh boy.
What if we gave it a spin?
Cara, é o maior show de todos.
Acabou até agora, cara. Enorme. Ai, eu vi aqui a matéria, eu acho que a matéria que tava falando do Kevin. Ele falou que eles só inventaram o jogo pra continuar com as bolsas, com a ação na bolsa alta.
Ah, sério?
Mas é rumor, né?
Sim. Mas aí que, mano, faz muito tempo que não tem nenhuma novidade do jogo, tá ligado? Oficial por parte deles, cara. É complicado, cara. É complicado. Eu tava no hype desgraçado. Eu queria ser aquela criança andar de carrinho, lutar contra monstros e... Ah, você é louco.
Nossa, um jogo enorme, cara. É sensacional.
Eu tava muito hypado, tá?
Mais uma travada, né?
Não, e o gráfico era maravilhoso,
We are only a couple months out from the full release of Baldur's Gate 3. I literally cannot tell you how excited I am to try out some of the character builds I've got going on up here.
Olha só no Play 6.
Running like a mage tank kind of vibe. And wait, Frank, can you generate like an awesome character art for me in like a D&D style? Like, look, I want to be a wizard, like fully Gandalf out with like a staff and like blasting spells like that. Can you like give me a sample piece of art?
One moment. Here you are, Sean.
Cara, ele tá imitando a Devolver direto. O foda é, será que eles sabiam que a Devolver ia fazer? E aí, tipo, todos eles fizeram, vamos zoar, fazer inteligência artificial, e os outros pensaram, aí acabou que a Devolver lançou primeiro o show dela, como sempre, e aí eles ficaram com esse restolho, hein? Tinha sido planejado ao mesmo tempo.
Isso aí, cara. Eu acho que eles o view deles não foi igual, né? Porque não dava tempo.
The road to Baldur's Gate has been long. We have fought cultists of a strange new god, battled packs of fearsome gnolls, and gone toe-to-toe with creatures from beyond this plane. Today we faced our greatest foe yet. He was just so strong.
Jeff.
And I think his blood was acid.
É, ele é um host, né? Hostei o negócio direito. A Devolver faz filminho, que é legal. Mas a PC não sabe o que tá fazendo, porque pega um pouco dos dois e não ganha em nenhum lado. Nossa, o cara tá com o olho inchado, bicho. Que nojo. Nossa senhora, o outro tá babando. Essa é a galera do Baldur. Ah, vou fazer desenho animado do Baldur's Gate.
Somewhere within these twisted swamps dwells a hag who possesses a potent potion, an elixir that could grant us the ability to converse with the creature. However, attaining it will necessitate a trade.
Give me his spleen.
Steel your nerves, friends. I will now attempt to reason with the creature. Most mighty beast, though you defeated us once, we have returned to seek your guidance. Impart your knowledge upon us, and teach us the source of your power.
It's here. Frog. Oh, I didn't know you speak frog. Gosh, I'm so sorry about yesterday. I'm so embarrassed. You know, ever since the hag turned me into a frog, I've been down in the dust.
Ai, meu Deus.
Meu Deus.
Meu Deus. Baldur's Gate é tão tosco assim.
Então. Um cara endoidou do nada.
Cities are incredibly hard to make in RPGs because you have to make sure that every single nook and cranny has something to do. You have to make sure that it's different, so you have to be incredibly creative. Given that the name of the game is Baldur's Gate, the city was really going to be the thing that people were going to be talking about.
The city of Baldur's Gate is seamless, which it originally wasn't.
You only can judge the game when you have all the components together, and if the mix doesn't work, we start over.
At some point, he said, like, can't we just connect everything? And that was a very interesting day.
One of the things that's done is it's brought a level of believability and immersion and also complexity that wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Now it was this seamless, giant organism, and it really, really felt good.
It's being able to look out of a window and see down the city slopes, so you're seeing down toward the docks, and you're like, one of my teammates might be down there. They might be running around down there.
We worked on it as a painting almost. You start with a sketch, a very basic line, and then you just start adding layers and layers.
We can put lots more of the city onto the screen than they could in 1998. So we can do something that is more immersive, richer, has more texture to it.
It feels like you are walking around a place where there are lots and lots of people living their actual lives.
You have crowds that are walking around, can talk to pretty much anybody, and they react to every single thing. It's very alive in that sense.
Every person that you meet in Baldur's Gate has got a story to them.
All the things that you have done up to the city really matter. You can really feel the conclusion of everything just gathering there.
We actually build anticipation through all these characters that you've met, through all these situations that you've been through.
All the stories that you have been following, all the decisions that you've been making, they all come to fruition in that lower city.
And the great thing is, if you so choose, you can be another bad thing that's happening to the city. You can arrive and be like, this place is on fire, and then you can throw petrol all over it.
During production, we felt like the city was our destination.
We spent, I think, 3 times, 4 times as much effort on the city than we originally planned. But the result, the feeling of walking in there is just fantastic.
You have this constant jostling of things that are very much of the real world, and then you can indulge in the completely fantastical.
And then when you walk into the city, the noise of everybody talking to each other, the knowledge that everywhere you look, you can go there and you can do something, the knowledge that you can fly through it, it's great. Yes. So the thing that I was the most afraid of when we started making this game turned out to be the thing that I'm the most proud of.
Não, Baldur's Gate tá bonitinho, cara. Os caras caprichou. Cidadezinha ali. Isso é louco, sinistro.
Larian Studios breaks the classic RPG series out of a 2-decade retirement when Baldur's Gate 3 finally releases on August 31st. Up next, we're forging ahead with more fantasy as flame-headed fighters face ferocious foes in a co-op action roguelike. After all, What's a roguelike without an onslaught of algorithmic terrors? I feel like there's a lot of that going on around here lately. Anyways, here's the latest trailer for Ember Knights.
Cara, tu corta as piadas, tu tem tipo, sei lá, uns 30 minutos a menos de show.
Eu acho que 1 hora de show.
Os dois?
Ele fica muito tempo enrolando esse maluco aí, velho. Nem é coisa boa, né?
Não, tipo, ele vai falar do negócio, ele faz uma piada. Ele vai falar do negócio, faz uma piada. Ou do nada eles ficam trovando sobre ela querer dominar o mundo ali, aí ela cria um clone dele. Aí ele é o Day 9, aí vem o Day 10. É, mano, é muito estranho. E aí, Fire, beleza, mano? Boa tarde.
Porque, mano, não fala nada de jogo, a piadinha que ele faz. Porque pelo menos a da Devolver.
Olha que maneiro. Cara, Switch! Cara, Switch, mano. Ei, World Premiere. O evento tá divertido.
É que eles englobam todo um negócio. Tanto que fizeram até merchandise daquele bichinho lá do velho.
Ah, não é engloba, como assim engloba?
Não, que eles pelo menos eles fazem tudo em cima daquilo, entendeu? Eles envolvem aquela...
Não, então, eles não fazem piada, eles fazem... Ele faz... Eles criam uma historinha e segue esse roteiro. Tipo, eu sou o CEO, eu criei um robô, esse robô gera jogos. Aí vocês podem pedir e a gente vai gerando. Foi isso que eles fizeram, foi bem legal. Nossa, que massa! Que é isso, mano?
Acho que eu devolvo, eu peguei
Cara, que de farm, mano. E se mata também. Então, o legal é que os moldes parecem do Motor Town, né? Dá pra ver um pouco da textura assim nesse negócio meio Terratech Worlds. Ah, só no Steam.
Would you like the endless loop of terror, death, repeat in the upcoming stealth extraction horror, Macabre? In Macabre, you and your friends will team up to confront interdimensional terrors, venturing deep into unstable time.
Outra coisa, eles não precisavam da descrição do jogo, cara. Eles poderiam mostrar o jogo e falar, vai procurar, mano, vai saber um pouco mais. Só que... Muito papo sobre o jogo. Ah, esse aqui jogo é baseado nisso aqui, não sei o que. Aí, ó, World Premiere, quer ver? Não é uma World Premiere, amiga. Tu acabou de fazer World Premiere nas tuas palavras, amiga. Tu já arruinou a World Premiere, amiga. Pelo amor de Deus, não é World Premiere. Pô. E FPS? Daorinha. Self-destruction horror. Tem alien, não é adulto. Mas do presidente é Forest.
Freeze to death out here. I suppose you're looking for the lodge.
Macabre.
Here, take this. I call it the atomic space shifter. If anything goes wrong, not that it will, I can pull you back out. A lot of folks have come up here looking for answers. It's weird. It's like time runs differently here.
Guys, I think I found something.
Quebrou,
We're finding out this dude.
Oxi.
Nossa, o outro foi pro saco. Eita. Ai, uma armadilha ou o quê? Ah, sim, vai pro mesmo... Ah, tá babando. Deixa eu ter uma babadinha.
É invisível. Nossa, que susto.
Ah, invisível, rapaz.
Nossa, feio, mano.
Aí, distrair. Macabre. É macabre. Stealth Extraction Horror.
I can't believe it worked. This is it. This is the key to...
Presa.
Ah,
eu achei que era
you're
uma
alive.
também macabre.
Ready to go back in?
O nome do jogo?
É, macabre. Deve dar pensum. Só Steam. Wishlist. Lista de desejos.
Por que esse Play Verde?
Ah,
Achei
ó.
que era do Xbox, cara.
Ó, World Premiere, sem falar nada. Vamos lá. Vamos ver o que é. É bom, hein?
Certeza.
Não, é bem indie, quer ver? Costuma. A gente tava vendo os bem indiezão, tá indo só de World Premiere.
We thought we had billions of years before our sun died. We were wrong.
É www o nome do jogo.
Thousands of us answered the call, rallying to
We were
save
wrong?
those we can.
Olha a galera vazando.
Everyone
Sabe
of
que
our
do nada todo mundo muda vários
ships
naves diferenciadas ali de da hora pra ir embora.
It is up to you to find us a new home, so we can plant the future seeds of humankind.
Ah, jogo de cartinha de fugir. Jogo espacial.
Plotting course now. Sector locked in.
Ué, não some de explodir?
Tá explodindo, tá vendo? Tá vindo? Tá se expandindo? Sim, eles estão fugindo. O sol tá vindo. 8 minutos pra eternidade. Plim, bom. Vamos para onde? Other worlds. Earthless. Sem teto, sem terras. Sem terras. É o movimento sem terra, coitado, velho. Não apresentaram nada, só uma cinemática
As great as Earthless looks,
pintada.
it makes you wonder, how are we in the real world gonna fare when our big, beautiful sun enters its twilight years? Me, I'm optimistic. Who knows what we'll achieve by then? Every billionaire-funded space rocket that detonates moments after takeoff is one more step on the winding road of progress. Up next, tie on those togas and make merry with fine
Se
wine
eles ainda
as all
tivessem
roads
um pouco
lead
de
to this
acessibilidade pra
newest city
pessoa
builder.
cega, sabe?
Here's a
Vou
first
narrar
look
aqui o
at
bagulho,
Nova
mas...
Roma.
Eles não se importam com ninguém, eles só querem matar as pessoas de tédio.
Eu vou te falar, irmão, vou te falar. Tipo, apareceu vários jogos legais, mas esse cara dá a punchline desse cara assim, direto na gengiva, tá ligado? No queixo, que tu cai assim e dorme. Tá ligado? De tédio. E tu esquece dos jogos bons que apareceu.
Esquece.
Pô, mano.
Não, esse cara, velho.
Que saco.
Gente, o Warzone Mobile tem multiplayer.
The Great War is over. All we want is to return home. To the newborn Czechoslovakia we fought for. Brothers and sisters. None of us thought this part of the journey would be the most difficult. We still hope to see our home once again. Across the endless snowfields of Siberia. Through territory disputed by the Red and White armies. by armored train in a harsh winter. Far from our loved ones. Outnumbered by enemies, we fight to make our way. Surrounded by wilderness, we manage in order to survive. This is our last chance. Our last train home. Will you lead us?
Pairing squad tactics with historic inspiration, Last Train Home is based on real events in the aftermath of World War I. However, historians continue to uncover records describing train passengers travelling homewards, some dating as recently as 2023. Whether any train home is truly the last remains the subject of academic debate. History is clear on one thing though: puppets can't be trusted. As proof, watch as Sesame Street meets survival horror in My Friendly Neighborhood.
Hey Gordon, it's Kyle. I know we're dropping this on you last minute, but we need you to head down to the Sunrise Street studio lot. The antenna activated itself last night and started broadcasting that old puppet show over the news. You need to turn that thing off. You gotta get this done, man. Bye.
The last job of the day is always the worst.
Raise the curtain. Bring up the lights. The neighborhood is coming to town.
Hey, stay back! Let's do this.
I think I ended early. Can we go back to the beginning?
A sprint victory and points up for grabs right here.
Push as much as you can. Cubby.
Can they push more, I wonder? They can't afford to sit back and relax now.
Are we in trouble or not?
Oh, and that's a crash!
I'm push now, next one push now.
And McLaren with a great overtake! Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
Hey, Frank AI, how are the metrics looking? Are we, like, doing numbers?
We're attracting considerable viewership, Sean. However, I've identified a simple programming adjustment to target underrepresented segments of our audience demographic. Shall I execute it?
Well, hell yeah, let's do it. Ah, cornering the VTuber market. Smart, very smart. I'm just not really sure this is my vibe, but since we're on a time crunch, let's see what's next for Subnautica Likes in Space with a trailer for Breath Edge 2.
Man, there are so many great video games in this year's show.
Frank AI, what do we know about sand?
Sand is a fine granular substance composed of mineral particles. It is finer than gravel, but coarser than silt.
Yes. But it's also a brand new survival game set in an alternate history where Austro-Hungarian soldiers smuggle space salvage across alien deserts.
I don't understand that sentence. Would you like to hear more about sand types?
Oh, no need. I'm about to know plenty. Let's take a look at sand.
До прибуття. Завітайте в лазуровий порт. У нас найкращі пляжі, готелі...
Breath Siege 2, mano. Pô, perdi o bagulho, rapaz. Mó chave o primeiro jogo.
А ви що,
O
хлопці?
que que sei agora? Jogo de tanque, de guerra?
Попали себе шампанським і морським валетом. А ти ж, Петро? А я як завжди.
Cadê o Artyom? 3, isso aí?
Це ж ресторани не корчма. Може ресторан бути найліпшим, якщо пануша немає.
Meu Deus! Caraca, mano, aqueles máquinas mortais? Que maneiro! Cara, 7 horas. Horário de Brasília e o show ainda não acabou. Deve continuar, né?
Cara, cadê a Scrap?
Sand.
7. Já começou.
Sério?
Eu acho que sim. É a 7.
Sacanagem com a Square. Acho que eu vou pular pra lá.
We have reached the end of this year's show.
Ah lá, lá, ah lá, é a mina, quer ver?
For the end.
Eu acho que é o fim
Ó, vai acabar,
Dune
é.
Awakening, the survival MMO adaptation of the
Oh,
classic sci-fi
Dune.
series. Frank AI, what have you got for us for the big finale?
If you like,
Ah,
I can fill the
finalmente,
room
o
with
fim digno!
That's a little literal, don't you think? But what if we
Digno
had
se
like
esses caras explodissem, na realidade.
costumes? Oh,
yeah,
Dune's got
this
some
is
really
so
cool
nice.
costumes. We have the still suits, the royal garments. Oh my god, I
O
could
áudio tá
dress up maybe
atrasado
as
pra mim.
like a giant
Tá
sandworm.
atrasadaço.
It will require 3 million
Deixa eu
teraflops of
desatrasar aqui.
processing power.
Voltou,
Tem umas
voltou.
propaganda. Ai, meu Deus, eu vou me ferrar porque... Aí, foi.
I mean, don't worry about it. We can skip the costuming. It's just something that like Frankie and I used to do. Like, not you, like the real Frankie with the fun hair who's not a computer. Man, there was 1 year
Ah, cara!
she was a shark.
Que ódio.
And then, and she was like a mech
Ó, quer ver que a mina vai voltar
pilot
agora
and
no final?
spaceship. And there was this
E vai
other
arrebentar a
time with
máquina ali
Olga's
e
and I
vai
had
pegar o
this
lugar de
really
volta de
nice robe.
apresentadora.
Achei.
Anyways, just forget it. I'm
Calma,
living in
filho,
the
calma aí.
past. I shouldn't even miss this stuff. I mean, we're adults, right?
Ó lá, ó lá, ó lá.
Frankie Ward?
Ai, o que eu falei, cara? Meu Deus.
I want to do the Dune dress up. It's so bad. I'm sorry. I tried to fire everyone
Ai,
and make money
Dusty,
with
ali ó,
computers.
Dune cosplay stuff. Ela trouxe a roupa. Ai, meu Deus. Isso aqui é... O cara é um pinto com uma camisinha!
Gladly. Here is an exclusive interview with the team making a survival MMO that's more sought
O
after
cara tá usando a camisinha de capacete, mano. Ah, não, cara. Não.
Tá muito errado.
Eu quero saber do jogo, cara. Eu não quero saber da sede da empresa ou das pessoas que trabalham na empresa. Eu quero só que eles não tenham trabalho insalubre, sejam bem cuidados. Mas eu quero saber do jogo, cara. Nossa, esse grande finale vai durar. Vai durar isso.
My name is Joel Bylos. I'm the creative director on June Awakening. So June Awakening is a survival open world, massively multiplayer game. It is a game where players are invited to explore the world of June. They involve themselves in politics, they involve themselves in intrigue, they involve themselves in combat, they have to survive on the most dangerous planet in the universe. And through this experience, they come to know the factions of the world.
Meu amigo.
So when June Awakening begins, you are a castaway on the planet in the deep desert, and all you have is a knife that you've made out of scrap metal. And you need to creep into enemy camps and knife them in the back and steal the water from their steel suits. By the end of the game, perhaps you're running a guild, you have a fleet of vehicles, ornithopters flying in formation, sandbikes cruising across the desert beneath them, tanks kicking up a cloud of dust as you drive to a spice blow in the distance in order to harvest with your guild. And you see in the distance another guild coming towards you, and just as you clash, you hear the rumble.
Nossa, monstrão.
That's combat in June Awakening.
Nossa, sinistraço.
My name is Viljar Sommerbach. I'm the game director on June Awakening. You start out in the desert, surviving, clinging to life, and in the end, you might become someone like the Baron Harkonnen, and then you try to cling to power. Arrakis is the most dangerous planet in the universe. Surviving on Arrakis means that you need to prepare for sandstorms, you need to find water, it's a constant threat against survival. The sandworm, every time you try to cross the desert, the sandworm will come, you will sometimes outrun it, sometimes you may not.
Ai, tu escolhe o sexo do boneco pelo visto.
June Awakening is built upon a foundation of 5 pillars. Survival, which is obviously everything you'd expect to see in a survival game. It's water discipline, it's the surviving the sandstorms that sweep across Arrakis. Then we have politics and intrigue, which speaks to the faction gameplay of the game. It's about, siding with one of the factions, thinking about how they work together, perhaps assassinating members of the other factions. Then there's infinite exploration. Infinite exploration, which is one of the things I'm most excited about, is how the world changes over time. We have a concept called a Coriolis storm, and when it sweeps across the landscape, the sands shift, revealing new points of interest.
Cara, o mundo vai evoluindo,
making the game renewed every week.
Caraca! Toda semana!
Arms is our combination of vehicles, melee combat, range combat, and abilities all working together to create a seamless sandbox combat experience. And finally, we have expression and customization, which is really more than just talking about the visual expression and customization, which of course we have armor sets and clothing and a robust character creation. But in addition to that, it's really about play the way you want to play.
Vai ser monstruoso.
You can do that. Do you want to be a fighter? Of course you can do that. Do you want to be a spy? Maybe that's the gameplay you're looking for. All of these things built into these pillars.
So the journey of the player, we've divided that into 4 parts. We think of them as survive, protect, expand, control. The survive part means that you're up against the planet itself and you're clinging onto life. In the protect phase, you've gathered some stuff, you might have a base, but you also want to make sure that nobody else comes to take it away from you, so you try to build defenses and make sure that your base is in the clear. Then, in the expand phase, you lift your gaze and you look around and you see that others have stuff as well, and you might want to take their stuff. Then, in the control phase, you may find yourself being a part of a guild or even the leader of a guild. Then, the goal is to control the flow of spice on Arrakis. However, you're never safe. There's always someone lurking around the corner. Can you really trust your second in command? So the goal of the control phase is that you are clinging to control. Whenever you get into combat in the desert of Arrakis, try to get it over with quickly, because not only are you fighting human combatants, but the planet Arrakis itself is the greatest protagonist there is.
Irado, velho, irado. Não, irado. Fecharam legal. Agora vai aparecer os dois abobalhão.
And with that, the PC Gaming Show 2023 is done. And what a show it was. And what a lesson for me, honestly. AI excels at plenty, but only an absolute doofus would think it can replace the human touch. I mean, you'd have to be an irredeemable bozo, like a real human dumpster to pull that.
So that's the end of Frank AI? You are getting the band back together?
I mean, yeah, if we get another show next year, then yeah, you betcha.
If?
Well, you know, Dakota, you guy's pretty smart. I mean, I think he's actually the CEO now of PC Gamer and all subsidiary publications and IPs. I think he's got some really great ideas, but he also caddies for some very influential people on the golf course. Life comes at you fast, I guess. Either way, see you next year. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Tchau, graças a Deus. Esse cara gosta de aparecer, hein? Meu amigo, rapaz. Olha, ele vai xingar o cameraman. Ah, não. Deu. Tela preta.
Camera speed. Hold on. My lips are sweating. Okay, here it comes. Okay, here it is. Everyone quiet on set. Here I come. This is the big moment. Okay.
Necessary data acquired.
We want them to be able to react in the middle of a battle.
Foi tudo gravado. Bom, tchau pra esse show aí. Vou dar uma olhadinha aqui no Ah, Jesus amado. Tá, vai rapidinho. Pô, 13 segundos de propaganda.
Pode mostrar.
Não vai mostrar nada. Não vai mostrar nada. Deixa eu dar uma olhadinha rápida. Da Square.
O que você acha que...
Caramba, mano. Pô, o YouTube tá uma bosta, mano. Tá. Ah, mano, Capcom nem começou. Capcom ainda falta mais 1 hora, velho, até o show dela. Então é agora que eu vou me largando aqui com o final do PC Gaming Show, que foi, ó, uma coisa esquisita, cara. Foi estranho, não foi divertido, não. Muitos jogos bons, mas, cara, que apresentação. A imitação da Devolver ficou bem zoado mesmo. Em alguns momentos ele ficou bem sem graça. Mas então é isso, gurizada. Muitos jogos anunciados, eu não lembro de nenhum, só fiquei com ódio mesmo do bagulho. E é isso, depois dá uma olhada na PSN, Xbox Live, Nintendo eShop pra ver quais novos jogos, quais as demos e datas das pré-vendas. Então é isso aí, um grande beijo maravilhoso, até a próxima live ou vídeo. Tchau, gurizada, é nóis, fui. Tamo junto, daqui 49 minutos tem Final Fantasy XVI Pre-Launch Celebration. E amanhã a gente volta com Ubisoft Forward, Capcom Showcase. E aí no dia 13 tem o showcase do Xbox com mais blá blá blá. Né? Mas eu digo que tipo, eles vão mostrar as mesmas coisas que a gente viu hoje, só que com mais informação, com aquele negócio, né? Por dentro do desenvolvimento, falar com os desenvolvedores, falar com os fãs, etc e tal. Vai ter esses negócios, entrevistas, sempre tem entrevistas no dia do showcase estendido. Então é isso, valeu e fui.